Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Monday, October 2nd, 2023 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I am responsible for acting in accordance with my inner harmony. Whew! Okay, so October is here. Rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. And this is a lot. This month is a lot. We're building into our eclipses. Our first one is the 14th. The second one is the 28th. Eclipses always bring some extra oomph to the astro. But even without that, October is a month unto itself. We have so many inconjunctions coming in. And some of those inconjunctions are making YODS. Like today, we have a YOD going on. We're going to get yoddy with it. But all these inconjunctions, it's like the planets, it's the signs that are interacting in discomfort, not knowing how to interact. And I feel like, as above, so below, that we're going to have some of that in conjunction here, where we're not really sure how to interact with others, how to connect with them, and learning new ways. I really believe the key of October is transformation. But for that, we're going to all need to learn to shift and be a little different. And the difference is not fake. It is not like the politics card. It is to be even more authentic. So keep that in mind as we go through. For a little week ahead glance, we have two planets shifting signs this week. We have Mercury moving into Libra on Wednesday. We have Venus moving into Virgo on Sunday. We have some Plutonic colonic events, namely Mars and Pluto, going to be in a square on Sunday. Whew, that plus Venus shifting signs may be a little bit much. We have a week to get there. The other big thing that we have this week is Mars and the South Node coming into a conjunction. And watch for knee-jerk reactions. And these knee-jerk reactions may not be reactions of like throwing elbows or throwing punches or throwing words at somebody. You may find the knee-jerk reactions is protecting the peace outside of you while sending your own peace into chaos. I truly believe that when we are at peace, thank you, phone, for the sound effect. I truly believe that when we are at peace within ourselves, we can then create peace through our actions, through authentic being. But when we get off kilter within ourselves, how can we expect to create on-kilter things from that off-kilter energy? So the awareness of that, let that help move you through this week, because that Mars South Node energy, lots of repeating patterns coming up to be shifted, to be broken through. Break on through to the other side just started playing in my head when I said that. So today is a busy day. Like I said, we're getting yachty with it. We have, and we'll have this yacht ongoing for the next few days. We have Venus and Mars feeding into Neptune. So Neptune is where the yacht is focused. And so just so you know, like a yacht is like a big, in my head, it's always a pink neon finger that's pointing to the astro energy. Maybe it changes with what planet it's pointing at. But in this case, it's pink. It's pointing at Neptune. And so Neptune in Pisces is actually a big part of this energy. Now, this is also being activated by what is known as a boomerang. It's also known as an opposition. So we have Mercury opposing Neptune. But in the case of a yod, Mercury is also acting as a boomerang. A boomerang aspect. Which is just adding to the impact that it has. So this yod overall, we've got Venus finishing up in Leo, bringing the love vibe. Venus, who has gone through the underworld. Venus, who's like, my ruling sign is going into eclipse in about 2 weeks. So Venus is bringing some interesting energies. Then we have Mars in Libra, and Mars in Libra is like, I'm not comfortable here. I'm trying to behave, puts on a mask. Politics, 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 right? Feeding into Neptune. Neptune, king or queen of illusion. Queen, the keen of illusion. There we go. Queen or keen of illusion. Love that. Hanging out in Pisces. Now, I'm hearing again, use your illusion. We have to remember, and we got it right here, how much we are creating here. And I know not everybody likes that. Like, I didn't create this thing, I didn't create that thing. I don't know. I don't know what percentage of us creates and what percentage is karma dharma and what percentage of things is already planned. I think that there's a great big mix. It's like a cake mix of all those energies. But I do know that our creation power is a part of that cake mix. It's an essential part of the cake mix. It's like the dry ingredients of the cake mix. It makes up the material portion of the cake mix. So our awareness of that is important. And it's so funny, while I am not a fake it till you make it kind of person, I am a use your illusion kind of person. And there is a distinct difference in vibration in me as I talk about it, as I feel through it. So what is the point of this? Mercury in Virgo has its eye on reality, and it's like, bleh, this stinks. WTF, right? All the way, 100%. And yet Neptune in Pisces is like, oh, it's all unfolding as it's meant to. And Neptune in Pisces is reminding us, use your illusion. What you are seeing is what we in part have taken part in the creation. We have made this cake. It's missing some sugar. Venus and Leo is bringing the sugar, right? To create with love. To create and look at the world with love in our heart, love in our eyes is part of the process. Not easy right now, but necessary. The sweet ingredient, you want your cake to be sweet. It needs some sort of sweetener. I don't care if you use applesauce, maple syrup, dates, sugar, stevia, whatever you want. Honey, come on. Use whatever, but it needs that sweetness. And Mars in Libra, that balance point, it needs us to bring our human sides. It needs us to bring our spiritual sides. It needs us to bring our yin. It needs us to bring our yang. It needs us to bring our peace. And it needs to bring the fierceness where we need to protect our peace. There is a balance point that we're all needing to show up in. As we create, as we use our illusion, as we work this balance between reality and the creation place. So this is a really interesting energy. Like I said, Mercury is activating this point, but this YOD is ongoing for the next few days. So keep that in mind, especially as we have this Mars South Node energy coming in, and you'll probably feel very uncomfortable. It can feel very uncomfortable in that place. You might feel delusion in your illusion, in creating your illusion, and those are places to face within yourself, to recognize yourself as a creator. What's your show? What's your show that you're wanting? I'm seeing like cartoons, like make your show for your life. How do you want it to be? How do you want it to play out? Now, we also have some strong earth energy. We have a bunch of planets at the later degrees of earth energy, and that is heavy. If you have been feeling extra tired, I've been feeling extra tired. I think it's some of these earth energies that have been kind of pulling down on us. Gravity has been seeming a little extra lately. And the moon in Taurus is making so many connections. Speaking of the WTF, between Mercury and Neptune, which may have you feeling a little foggy in the morning as well, that energy can be foggy and confusing. We also have the moon and Uranus starting the day, so it's a WTF kind of morning. It's foggy, it's maybe ticking you off a little bit. And then the moon is going to square Venus, which isn't any better. So, it may feel like the Mondays. Where can you bring the sugar? Where can you bring the honey? Where can you not fake the good, but really look for the good to help support you in this process? I'm like looking for my cards for support. The good may not be here yet. We have the postponement card at the top. It might be looking to the good of what you want to create. It might be looking to the good of something that you're looking forward to in the future. There are always beautiful trees. I mean, fall is coming. It's about to get so colorful out there. I love my morning sunrises. Those set me up for goodness. Look for the good, look for the beauty on your beauty way to support you. The afternoon gets a little bit more compatible as the moon connects to Neptune. Are you creating a yod right there? Is there a double yod? Hold on, let me look at this chart. Moon and Neptune. There is a little bit of a double whammy yod going on right there. Yachting with Mars. So it's like checking those reactional energies. Checking those reactional energies that are coming in. Checking your own sense of peace. Checking your own sense of balance. Where do you need to speak up? And where do you need to tend to that peace energy? Kind of feeding into this whole thing. So we got some yachtiness happening in the afternoon as well. That's a fast-moving yacht because it is the moon feeding in. Although technically Uranus and Neptune are making that yacht too. So, multiple yachts. Like I said, this month, it feels a little bit like walking a tightrope, not in a bad way, but in a just keep balancing yourself kind of way. You've got a good net under there, so don't worry, don't stress about it. Just keep seeing where you can but move in and through your balance. Work with the breezes as they push you. The moon is also going to connect to Mercury and Pluto in trines. Isn't this dumpster fire beautiful? It's that kind of energy. It's seeing where the transformation is needed on this planet, in our own personal lives, and still willing to see the goodness, still willing to see the beauty in it. The moon will then go void. You may be extra tired in the evening, but then it's shifting into Gemini. Watch out for high winds coming in, big air, big mental energy with the moon in Gemini, and the sun in Libra going on for this week. So to come back around to the cards, I love that I have the source card and the creator card. Remember, we are all source, pieces of source, creating. This is such an important thing. And if we can take the responsibility for this, we can make huge differences in our lives. We can make huge differences in how and what we are growing and flowering. Now, to be fair, the flowering card was in reverse. So we're doing a little dormance work. We're doing a little seed work. Makes sense. We're building to some eclipse energy. But just know, you are creating right now. We are always creating. What are you creating? I also have the traveling card. Love this card because this card to me is a card of dropping off, releasing some of the baggage and moving towards the light. And so recognize these uncomfortable energies coming up that we're dancing with, whether it's through with another or within ourselves. It is baggage work. It's baggage claim, and they're taking out the trash. How nice of them. And like I said, postponement card kind of goes hand in hand with that flowering. We are building something, even though you don't see it yet, doesn't mean that it isn't real. Things don't have to be yet tangible to be real. So I'm going to leave that there for today. You can book a reading with me. We have about 2 weeks till the first eclipse, so if you would like an eclipse reading, now is the time to get on the schedule. I don't have a huge amount of spaces left. Email me for that. Besides that, you can always book regular readings. The better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember the peaceful being that you are. Namaste.